At some point, Boone Helm later joined a group of 6 men, intending to travel to Fort Hall, Idaho, for more gold prospects in the Utah Territory. A mining migration was happening out that way, and prospectors sought out Camp Floyd, with Fort Hall serving as a major stop along the way. It would be this trip that served as one of the most infamous settings for Boone Helm's twisted reputation, one that would later dub him as the Kentucky Cannibal. The temperatures were low, the air was frigid, and layers of snow had blanketed the Idaho terrain. Boone and his 6 companions were deep in the middle of their journey when yet another fact of life crossed paths with the men: an ambush. A group of Native Americans attacked the travelers, forcing them further and further into the wilderness, off the beaten path. Although they successfully escaped the natives, doing so set them off course and off schedule. Already short on provisions, the men eventually had no choice but to kill and eat their horses to survive, using their hides to make snowshoes and brave the journey on foot. Eventually, this excursion would cost the lives of the men, one by one, whittling the party down to only Boone Helm and a man named Bunton. The pair continued to push for Fort Hall for some time until Bunton became too weak to go any further. The elements had become too much, and hunger was likely taking hold of both men. Bunton decided to call it quits in an abandoned cabin, but Helm continued to push further for the fort. However, Helm's attempt to resume the journey was interrupted by his own hunger. There was no possible way to reach Fort Hall in his current condition, so he turned back and headed back for the cabin. When he was close, a gunshot. Boone re-entered the cabin, finding that his last companion, Bunton, had just taken his own life. Now alone and facing the same fate as his 6 companions, Helm had a difficult choice to make: die with the rest of them, or survive by any means necessary. He chose the latter. Whilst the body was still fresh, Boone Helm hacked off one of Bunton's legs, cooked it, and ate it. He followed suit with the other leg, this time using cloth from an old shirt to carry it with him for later.